So children, see here next. So in that previous video we discussed that all the single correct answers and multi correct answers, right? So in this video we are going to discuss about that true or false questions. Actually they given here are, so this is OR. Okay, true or false statements, as well as here some correct statements and wrong statements. Okay, so let us see that. Here these statements also related to that flow chart only. Okay, so let us see that. The first one is all rational numbers are real numbers. So what they given here? All rational numbers, all the rational numbers are real numbers. Bottom to top, true or false? Yes, true statement only. Here also they given answers true only. Okay, that is true statement. All the rational numbers are there in that real numbers. Next, every natural number is a whole number. Next one is every natural number. Every natural number is a whole number. Yes, of course. In whole numbers, 1 onwards, all the numbers are there in that whole numbers also. So that's why here every natural number is a whole number. Okay, so but here what they given, every number is a whole number, so here they given that false. So this is true statement. Okay, so every natural number is a whole number, but every whole number is not a natural number. Okay, so that's why. And here every whole number is a integer. Okay, every whole number is an integer. Yes or no? See here, every whole number is an integer. Whole number is an integer. Yes or no? In that integers, all the whole numbers are there. In the integers, 0 as well as positive numbers there, no? So all the numbers are whole numbers only. So that's why all the whole numbers are integers. Okay, so that's why this is also true statement. Next, all imaginary numbers are complex numbers. So here we have that imaginary numbers. So all the imaginary numbers are complex numbers. So madam, here you are saying imaginary numbers. So what about the imaginary numbers? Already I told you, no, in that next video concept 2 we have that all the types of numbers. So at that time I will tell you each type of number briefly. Okay, so just see here. All the imaginary numbers are complex numbers. So all the imaginary numbers are complex numbers, bottom to top. So that's why this is also true statement. Okay. So next, all non-integral fractions with negative sign or irrational numbers. All non-integral fractions with negative sign are irrational numbers. Here is there any link here? Is there any connection in between those two? That connection is not there, no, here. So here we can say that all the non-integral fractions with negative sign numbers, where we have these, all the numbers are there in that rational numbers, but not there in that irrational numbers. So that's why that is that false statement. Am I clear? So answers already they given here, but one of the answer they given wrong. So that's why just you have to correct it. That is also true statement only. Okay, children. So this is that. This is about true or false statements. So next let us say that whole numbers are natural numbers. See here, all the whole numbers are natural numbers. Is it true? Top to bottom. Is it true statement? That is wrong statement. Why? Because in that whole numbers we have 0 also there. But here they are saying all the whole numbers, they are saying natural numbers. So that's why here this is one of the false statement. One of the false statement. Just observe that, children, here they are asking not true. Not true means false statement. So this is also one of the false statement. Okay. Next, all natural are composite numbers and prime numbers only. All the natural numbers are. Okay, here top to bottom only, but here see that all the natural numbers are composite numbers and prime numbers only they are saying. Composite numbers and prime numbers only. What about 1 here? 1 we have no here. 1 is neither prime nor composite. We know that. So that's why here that is also not correct statement. Okay, so this is also false statement only. Okay, next, rational numbers and irrational numbers are disjoint sets. Disjoint sets means in previous class sets concept is there, no? So disjoint sets means there is no relation in between those two sets. Okay, for example, A and B are two different sets. A and B are two different sets. When we can say those two are disjoint, what elements are there in that set A? Those elements are not there in that set B. And in the same way, what elements are there in that set B? Those elements are not there in that set A, which means those two are two different sets. Just like that, A is the set of even numbers and B is the set of odd numbers. So odd number set, that elements not there in that even numbers, and even numbers elements not there in that odd numbers. So we can say that even numbers and odd numbers, those two are disjoint sets. So like that only here also rational numbers and irrational numbers, these two are two different type of different set of numbers. Okay, so those two are disjoint sets. So this is the true statement. Okay, next, 0 is a natural number. Is it true? 0 is a natural number or 0 is a whole number? Yes, 0 is a whole number, that is not a natural number. So this is also false statement. So children, here they are asking false statements only, to pick out that false statement. So which options are correct here? 1, 2, 3. So A, B, D options are correct. Correct means these three are the false statements. They are asking false. No, that's why. Okay. So this is that first question. Let us see that next question. Okay, see here. Next. This is also just we have to find out that not true statements. Not true means, which are not true means false only, no? So that's why. Here also we have to identify that false statements only. Okay, real numbers is in the part of complex numbers. Real numbers are the part of, one of the part of complex numbers. Yes or no? Yes, that is the true statement. Okay, next, rational numbers is in the part of irrational numbers. Rational numbers is the part of real numbers but not the part of irrational numbers. So that is the false statement. Next, integers are in the part of irrational numbers. Integers are the part of rational numbers, not the part of irrational numbers. So this is also a false statement. Next, all real numbers are imaginary numbers. All the real numbers are complex numbers, not imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers and real numbers, those two are two different types of numbers. Okay, so that's why this is also a false statement. Okay, so according to this one, which options are correct? Yes, option B, C, D. B, C, D are the correct options. Why? Because here they are asking false statements. Identify that false statements. So these three statements are that false statements. Okay. So let us see that next question. Yes. See here. Negative integers and natural numbers are integers. Okay. Negative integers and natural numbers. Natural numbers. Negative integers and natural numbers are integers, they are saying. Okay. So is it true or false? Yes, see here. Negative integers means we know that -1, -2, -3 and so on. And natural numbers means 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, they are saying these two are the integers. Yes, these two are the integers. But negative integers and natural numbers, here the given conjunction and is given. And means negative integers are there and positive integers are there. Yes, we know that. But including 0 also there in that set, then only we will call that one as integers. Okay, what about that integers? The set of positive natural numbers and negative numbers including 0. Okay, then only we will call that set as integer set. But here they are not saying about that 0. Here they are saying about that natural numbers and integers. But here what about that 0? 0 also there, no? So that's why here this is false statement. Okay. Next, irrational numbers are imaginary numbers. Irrational numbers are real numbers, not imaginary numbers. Okay. So in that real numbers only we have these all the types of numbers. Okay ma. So this is different than that imaginary numbers. Clear? So that's why here this is also false statement. Next, negative integers and non-integral fractions with a negative sign are same. Negative integers and here non-integral fractions with a negative sign. Those two are same, they are saying. Those two are same here. Those two are same here. Negative integers and non-integral fractions with a negative sign. See here, all the negative integers are there in that integers. Okay. And here we can say that negative integers, non-integral fractions with a negative sign. Here we can say one thing, negative integers means -2 is a negative integer, yes or no? -2. Okay, minus 3 is negative integer, minus 4 is negative integer. Okay, here negative integers and non-integral fractions with negative sign. Non-integral, actually these are integers. If you written this one in the form of 2 by 1. Why? Because here every integer we can express in the form of rational numbers. We know that, right? So here now minus 2 by 1, that is a negative fraction, and this is in the form of fraction form. So this is a rational number, as well as in the rational numbers only we have that fractions, positive fractions and negative fractions. Okay, so non-negative, actually here we can say that those two also we can take it as same by taking 1 as the denominator. By taking 1 as the denominator, we can say this is the true statement only. Okay, why? Because every integer we can write in the form of rational numbers, p by q form, by taking denominator as 1. Okay, so here 2 by 1 is a rational number, okay, with a positive rational number, and here minus 2 is there, means negative rational number. Negative rational number is nothing but that non-integral fractions with a negative sign. Clear? Yes. 1 is irrational number. 1 is irrational number. 1 is neither prime nor composite number, we know that. And 1 is there in that natural numbers. Natural numbers there in that whole numbers. Whole numbers there in that integers. Integers there in that rational numbers. But what they are saying? 1 is irrational number. Okay, irrational numbers means generally we know that root 2, root 3, root 5 and so on. Root 1 is not an irrational number. Why? Because its square root is again 1. That is a perfect square. Okay, which numbers are not perfect squares, those numbers we can say as irrational numbers. But 1 is a perfect square, no. So that's why here 1 is not an irrational number. So this is the false statement. Okay, so here correct statements A, B and D. Clear, children? So let us see that next one and the final one. Yes. Which of the following is true statement they are asking? Here true statement. Up to now we discussed about the false statements, no? So here they are asking which of the following is a true statement. Okay. So here all natural numbers are real numbers. All the natural numbers are real numbers. Clear? Yes, this is the true statement. Next, all whole numbers are complex numbers. All the whole numbers are complex numbers. Yes, this is also true statement. All real numbers are natural numbers. All the real numbers are natural numbers. In that real numbers we have rational numbers and irrational numbers. So in that rational numbers again we have that integers. In integers 0 is there. Just a simple example. Integer 0 is there. 0 is not there in that natural numbers. And minus 2 is there. Minus 2 is not a natural number. Okay, so that's why here that is top to bottom, no. So here we can say that this is the false statement. Next, all real numbers are complex numbers. All the real numbers are complex numbers. All the real numbers are complex numbers. So this is also true statement. Okay, one or more than one options, no. So here correct answers A, B and D. So these three statements are that correct statements. So children, in this video we discussed about that all the statement related questions only we discussed, no. So that is related to only flowchart. Okay, so in that next video we will discuss about that each type of number very briefly. Okay, I hope already you know about that one in previous class, but once again I will tell you that one. Okay, so follow that next class. Okay children, thank you.